it done.
Down here slumming, sir.
What was that? Boys are getting riled up, Jim. We got a problem.
So this is Raynor's chief engineer, Swan. So he's a character that whenever you come down to the armory, you can kind of talk to about technology, about units, and also that was an example of an in-game cutscene that has a subplot that's happening on the Hyperion that you can interact with. So we're going to ask Swan a little more about why that engineer bumped into us.
So what's the problem?
Crew ain't been paid in 3 months, Jim. They're overworked and understaffed. Some are set to mutiny if things don't get better soon.
Look, Swan, I get it. But that artifact we just picked up from Marsara's gonna solve everything.
I've heard that before, brother.
It's different this time.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
So one of the goals with this part of the single-player campaign is really giving you a lot more story. And there's going to be main storylines, there's going to be subplots, and it's really up to you as a player to decide how much you want to interact with. You can choose to interact mainly with the main storyline, or you can choose to start interacting much more with a lot of these different subplots. So this room, like the bridge, has multiple things that you can kind of interact with. Like this back here is the simulator, where you'll actually be able to kind of test out different units and play with them. We have kind of fun stuff like we did on the bridge, like this crane up here that you can kind of play around with to interact with the space. But the central part of this space to interact with is the technology console.
Armory console initiated, displaying all purchasable units and upgrades.
So as you complete missions, you'll earn money that you can then spend on your technology, which is a pretty big departure from anything that we've done previously in our games. So now, rather than just doling out upgrades and spells and abilities and units themselves, we're going to give you the power to choose when and how you want to buy units. So you can see like everything from upgrades, like the Marine Combat Shield, or things like the Battle Cruiser, which I can't yet afford, are all available for purchase. But since I'm demonstrating, I can go ahead and buy the Viking. So we're done with this area. We're going to go back up to the bridge. And now, probably the most important feature of the bridge itself is the star map.
Star map initiated. Select any world for additional information.
So just like we're empowering you as a player to choose which technology you want to decide how you want to advance through the campaign, we're also going to give you choices over which missions you choose. So you'll be able to go to a lot of these different planets and do different missions or just explore them. So you can see the Hyperion right now is around Marsara. So if I click onto Marsara,
Telmorian salvage planet.
I'll get a closer view of the planet itself. And just like when I was talking about Warcraft 3, how we're trying to give you more of a sense of the world of Warcraft, here we're going to give you a little more sense of the StarCraft universe. So you can see there'll be different things to click on a planet that is really just information that isn't necessary for the missions itself, but really just kind of gives you a little more depth in the world that you can explore kind of at your own leisure.
Marsara is a planet in the Koprulu sector, formerly one of the 13 core worlds of the Terran Confederacy. It was subsequently infested by the Zerg. This was the first planet on which the Confederates fought the advancing swarm. To keep the infestation from spreading, a Protoss fleet under the command of Executor Tassadon incinerated Marsara from orbit, as it had with its sister planet, Chowsara. This planet was the birthplace of Jim Raynor, the Confederate Marshal of Marsara during the planet's infestation.
So you'll be able to, like each planet will have information that you can click on and learn more about the planet itself and more about the lore in the universe. So, and then there's other planets, like here's Redstone, which isn't a planet we're going to go to, but you can just kind of see some of the different planets that you'll be able to explore. But the planet we're going to go to,
Jotun, Fringe World Colony.
So you can see that I already kind of looked ahead and knew that my recommended technology were Vikings. So we purchased the Vikings for this mission, so I'm actually going to launch the mission.